Okay. Right now, my job is a university-based uh, professor. Okay. So, but I cut my teeth in uh, an English conversation school a long time ago. So, do I mean by cutting teeth? Well, um, the basic meaning of cutting your teeth is like what a baby does when they when they're less than 1 year old. They their teeth have not cut through yet, right? So they're cutting teeth, and they cry a lot, and it because it's irritating, and they chew on things, and a lot of times the mother will massage their gums to help the teeth come through. So I guess that you know you can consider cutting your teeth to be a sort of a necessary stage when you're young, maybe possibly painful or necessary stage when you're young. So they say nowadays they use this expression, he cut his teeth working for an English conversation school. Okay? It's talking about the very first job, okay, or where the person got uh, their first experience, right? So, uh, okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, this is baby's that's cutting teeth, right? And the mother is like kind of massaging the baby's gums, and so all right, so let's go to cut one's teeth means acquire initial practice, acquire uh, initial practice or experience of a particular sphere of activity means job, right? So here's a good one. This is a good one. The brothers cut their professional teeth at Luzardi's before starting their own restaurant. So they worked there at that restaurant, Luzardi's, right? And then they started their own restaurant. Okay. So let's talk about this. Maybe you guys have heard of this guy, Hayao Miyazaki. He's a very talented animator, right? And has won a lot of awards and stuff. So, he's made these movies, right? I think the very first one I saw, and I'm actually not even a huge fan because his stuff is so dark, but he is talented. Uh, I watched this one, Spirited Away, and that won an Oscar for it, and it should, right? Anyway, but he had to start somewhere. He didn't start off to be this genius animator from the beginning. Okay, so uh, here we go.
This is all some stellar animation work for a weekly show from the late 60s, and it's interesting either way to see that this is the kind of production that Miyazaki cut his teeth on. The kind of production that Miyazaki cut his teeth on.
Okay, so he didn't start off producing his own thing under his own studio, right? He cut his teeth on these other things, right? And made a name for himself. Okay, so that's that. This is John Coltrane, and he's one of my favorite jazz musicians. Okay, and in short, prestige, and I can guess just by looking at this, is the name of a record label. All right, was the place where John Coltrane cut his teeth. Okay, so what is prestige? Is a jazz record company. Okay, and this is the label. Look at all these famous people. Amazing. All right, so uh, is where John Coltrane cut his teeth. Possibly he moved on to another record label, maybe Blue Note. I don't know. Uh, but anyway, so we can use that expression to cut your teeth. He cut his teeth somewhere. She cut her teeth on a certain job. It usually has to be obvious that from the context that it's a step down, right? It has to be a step up, right? So let's say, for example, I used to work construction. Let's imagine that I went on to become a carpenter, right? I could say something like, well, yeah, I cut my teeth working construction for a concrete construction company. Something like that, okay? So anyway, I will talk to you on the next idiom.